My story is so, of course, it is always depressing to, you know, I used to work in my home country. I studied, I have finished bachelor, master, so came over here in India and it was always difficult to get a job. So when you don't have any certificate or any diploma, anything over here, so I tried my best to find somehow to find my way on education system and I get a good job. So finally I got someone from the CDI and so they helped me lots. We went through lots of process like doing the exam, checking the credential, and of course the finance team has supported me lots to get that, financial support which I require. So, so just to put it another way, I have a family, 3 kids, which is difficult without any support, to live over here. So the financial team in CDI has helped me to get through all those, barrier. They support me to get loan. They support me to get scholarship. They support me to get grant, which were amazing. So it looks like at the end of the day, I feel that I don't owe anyone anything because I got the same amount which I have, the loan which I have. Even that loan, recently the email which I got from the, you know, CRA, that loan, even some of that loan has been waived because I had a good mark on the subjects which I studied. So that was one of the costs what I'm thinking. So, but it was really, a amazing journey, mixed feeling of, happiness, and sometimes it was depressing because I left. We had everything back at home, but we left all those things and came over with the new path, new culture, new, you know, work environment. So right now I'm here. So the first job which I got it is with CDI itself. And I'm hoping to get on. I mean, the employment rate, even for the course which I studied, it is very high. So that what my main purpose is to help others to, to select the same journey as we did. And because I know many people who has have a very good education background, but since they didn't expose to any opportunity which I have been, so I'm just encouraging and even I'm reaching to those people, trying to reach to, to expose them for this opportunity which is available over here through CDI that they can, have a secure their future to have a, constant and stable income and employment in the future. So that's the main goal which I set for myself since I'm here. That that's the one which I already start working with some people, to bring them in and to change their life.
Yeah,
I
thank
don't
you
know if
so
there
much.
is any
Yeah.
specific question that I have to go through.
Yeah. Are you comfortable with sharing what where was home before and how did you end up becoming a refugee and what led you to Canada in the first place?
Of course, no problem. So for me, my original place, I mean, my home country is Afghanistan, and as most of the people know, the situation over there changed, and it is still like that. And there's lots of people from Afghanistan, they escape. If I say maybe that's the word I have to say because from the experience which they had before with this group, which is over there right now, so they just escaped out of the country. And one of them, I was one of them, and I work with it international forces in Afghanistan. So there was a potential risk if I stayed over there. So I got lucky an opportunity to move to Canada. So I came over here. To be very honest, on it, first few months, it was like, you know, I didn't know from where to start, how to start, where to go, whom to meet. You know, everything was like it. You know, it looks like I've lost my way. So I was worrying lots on that time. So I start, searching for these opportunity. And of course, I tried in many jobs. I applied, but I couldn't get anything back. I mean, I don't know how, either I wasn't qualified or it was like my resume is wasn't unexpected over here on the uh, market standard. So these were the things which I was a little bit, worried. And of course, since I had a kids, sometimes I was thinking that, okay, so it looks like it's not working for me over here. It's not working for me and for my kids. So just we were waiting for, to go back, you know. If the situation change over there, we can go back. So that finally I got some, green light from somewhere started, and, I just came in and tried to dig down the informations and got the opportunity. So that was really amazing. Mm.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Um, I recently just finished reading Kite Runner. Uh,
Oh, oh,
yeah,
mm,
and when you mentioned Afghanistan, I just immediately thought of that and how, yeah, it's a very
yeah,
different.
that Kite Runner. Yeah, I didn't read that book, but I see the movie of that. There's a movie for that as well. So that is also one of them. But after that Kite Runner, there are lots of other things happened in Afghanistan. For myself, my first job was with an international organization, and I used to get a good salary, and I had a very good uh, living style over there. But since I thought it is not going to be the same as I am, I have to change my qualification. I got opportunity and a scholarship to go to India and study over there. I did computer science in India. Went back to Afghanistan, worked for a while with the same international NGO, then got other scholarship, went back to India, and I have done my MBA over there. Then again, I went to Afghanistan, so I didn't have any intention to go anywhere, so I went back to Afghanistan. I started working with the international force over there. So then again, I got another opportunity to go to for PhD. So I went to back to India. I have done like 2 years of PhD at the same time. My wife have done his master degree, which she also planning to do paralegal over here. Not enrolled yet, but she will. She will. So, but somehow we have set up a very good life over there, but we are not that lucky. That lucky in sense that over there, but lucky that we got in a place which we are happy. Now we find our way to, how to stay, how to live, how to, Sometimes I used to say for the refugees, so coming to the new location, such a with a very different culture, it just look like you have to learning everything, learning speaking, talk, walking, eating, everything. You have to start from the scratch. So the people who get more involved with the community, especially with the educational institutions, those are the lucky people. They will get elevated very quickly. But the people who are just working with it, like how to say, in other self-employment stuff, if I say like, if I name it like Uber or Uber Eat or construction, working those things. for them it's take very long time to adjust themselves in the society. So although those work is also good, I'm not, criticizing those things, but even the people who had a very good job in Afghanistan and they have very good potential to learn, but they stuck with those things because they don't know they are not aware of the other opportunity around them.
Thank you for sharing that. I am also an immigrant, so I kind of relate to that story. Although I definitely, our family um, hasn't gone through what you've gone through, and your story is very unique. As someone who is a, refugee, um, and having shared some of the challenges that you did go through, facing a very difficult time, looking for a job, feeling like you've lost everything. Do you have any advice for other people who are coming?
Yes, of course. My advice or my suggestion for them is, don't get stuck with what you're doing right now. Try to explore the opportunities around you, especially the education one, because you don't have that energy to today. You will not have it for tomorrow if you go to work some, you know, hard working like with the heavy machinery things. So build your career as you had before, and I get good job with a good pay. So I'm suggesting you to contact me to give you a good advice.
Yes, definitely. Joed is going to give you great advice about career. So, can you tell me about your journey in terms of after you've landed? You said you couldn't find anything. What led you to the opportunity that you had now?
So what led me over here to be here? So one of the things I wasn't someone very quiet to sit and think. I try to search, do some research. So I have put a request or inquiry to see if I can get this opportunity because I didn't have that much money to start myself. To go in a school and say, okay, I want to study this one, and this is the amount you want for the fee and all these things. I didn't have that one. So I was looking for some things to, uh, that can be accommodate, support me and my family, and I can work as well. I mean, at the same time, sort of opportunities. So I was looking on that, searching, browsing. Then I put an inquiry on that CDI College. Then I got a call, and from there I met someone in the CDI. So they gave me all the details, how it's work. So I was confident. So that's the things which I wanted. And I'm sure whomever they don't have that financial support to start education, that's the best opportunity which I got. So I got it and I enrolled. And
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
Was this specifically the refugee program at CDI College, or was it something else that you were looking for?
So for me, it was at that time, even when I started looking, it wasn't about anything for the refugee. I was thinking about anything that can support me. But when I came to CDI, so there was some benefits for the refugees. So thanks for those guys. They applied that also for me that I can get enough grant, enough scholarship with enough, loan that later on that shouldn't be something, a burden on my shoulders to pay all those money. So which is now my course is almost finished. I'm on a practicum stage. So I hope it will be done, and of course that even that loan which I got is 50% is waived. So now I'm in a very good position. I will start whenever I want to pay off that money, and it wouldn't be difficult for me. I can help my family. So, and yeah, I did lots other things also in my life with those money which I got from there. So, which I think that I'm in a very best, I'm in a best stage of life right now.
Yeah, thank you. I think just hearing your story and where you came from and where you are now, I think there's a lot to celebrate. But if you could pinpoint maybe, one significant thing that you want to celebrate, or say this is my biggest accomplishment I've achieved while I was in Canada, what would it be?
So, if I say there would be many things, like if I say one of them is, of course, the first achievement, and the most one is I'm going to finish the course. Uh, th this one is the first one, and the second one is I bought a house. So that is the second one. I'm now not the one to, move from one house to another house. Now I'm relaxed. So that is the second one. So of course the big one is my families. They are very happy, and you know, e- every weekend I can take them to somewhere to, to have fun. These all are, some things we are celebrating. Mm.
That's amazing. It sounds like life has definitely turned around for you, and I'm really happy, yeah, to hear that. And
Thank
congratulations
you.
on the house.
Thank you. Thank you. Mm. Mm.
Okay. Other than, this program from CDI College, and feel free to talk about it as well. Are there any other initiatives or programs in Canada that you have found that are beneficial to supporting your integration into, Canada, or helping you find your footing here?
So yeah, at the beginning when we came over here, there is an organization which they are working on the integration of the immigrant to the society. So they have also a very good programs, but those things also was very useful. Uh, but what I see when we came over here, the number of immigrant was very high. So even that organization need to be, on a shortage of staffing and all these things. I think so because there was lots of immigrant came in over here. But that was also, you know, was a good opportunity. But mostly when I came and this side on the educational part, education system, I mean to the college, this also helped me to interact with the people, get, to know how the society is functioning, how the things are working around. So yeah, that was helpful.
What are you looking forward to? Because now that you're, working for CDI College in this program specifically built for helping others who went through the same thing you did, um, yeah, like what do you look forward to?
Of course, my in this stage, my main goal is I have to help those guys because when I see them, they say their stories as I told you, they just got it how hard they work over there, but now they are jobless. They cannot go on a job market due to many other reasons. So I'm just trying to help those people to get at least a little bit of education, Canadian education that they can, start their way. So for the moment, the main goal is this one, that I will try to do that one, and I will try to reach as much as, reach out as much as people I can, not only in Alberta, but even my connection in other provinces to let them how they have to work. Although I did these things when I started working, yeah, when I said some people around, some of them they already started, they already studying, but that's the main goal because this is the main goal. And the second, of course, so we have the Asian people, they have a culture, they will work to secure their kids' future as well, right? For themselves and for the moment, I think I have to support the others to get and try to secure my children' future. If I couldn't get that high education over here, I will try to, at least I should be on a position to help my kids to do that one and get the highest education what they want to do.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I mean, just from your story, you're very industrious, you work very hard, and I think that you will have a huge impact in your community, in helping others find their place here in Canada as well. So,
Well, so it is sometimes difficult to say that when we don't know what the people are thinking. But of course, in our side, we will try our best to give away the best things that good for the others, good for the people around us. So I believe if I see people around me, they are happy, they are in their life, that motivates me, that's make me also happy to be happy. When people around you are not happy, then you will not be happy as well. So that's the
that's beautiful. It's a perfect way to
Mm.
end this.